lifers? What up, lifers? What up, lifers? It's Dave Life. It's Dave Life. You're watching the After Dark podcast. The After Dark podcast, episode number 286. This is After Dark episode number 286. Best female friend versus new girlfriend. Best female friend versus new girlfriend. Now, look, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're with us tonight, so I want to say thank you. So I want to start this off like we always do, you guys, the right way. Dear Heavenly Father, have your way, Lord. I pray that you would speak to your people. I pray that you would enlighten us, entertain us, and inform us. I pray, Lord God, less of me and more of you. Have your way. Forgive us of our sins that we've committed by both commission and omission. Charge us to our heads and not our hearts. Help us have a great conversation. Help us to get to the bottom of some things. And we give you all the praise, glory, and honor in Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. What up, y'all? So again, the topic tonight is going to be best female friend versus new girlfriend. Your best female friend versus your new girlfriend. You ever had a situation where you have a best friend of the opposite sex, whether you're a man or a woman, and you start dating somebody new, and then that person don't like your old friend, your new boo don't like your bestie, basically. You ever seen that happen? Look, if you want to support After Dark and Dave Life TV, you can hit us on Cash App at $ Dave Life TV. Hit us on Cash App at $ Dave Life TV. You can hit us on Venmo at Dave Life. And I got a few people that's going to come in and help me tonight with the conversation. Let's see who I got in the building. Oh, man, I see a few people. I got some new faces, too, and some old faces. So let's go with the ladies first. This first young lady is back. If I'm not mistaken, she is from Chi-Town. Shout out to the Bears, who ain't doing nothing this year. The Bears. She's from Chicago. She is a licensed therapist. She has been on the show to kind of keep us in line and make sure we don't sound crazy out here. So help me bring to the stage my friend, Danisha. What's up, Nesh?
Yeah, what's going on, Dave? How you doing?
I got to do the manual applause because I don't have the production equipment. What's up with you? How you been, Nesh?
I'm okay. No complaints. Working.
Yeah.
Staying busy, which is a good thing, right? Thank God.
Yeah. Now you are from Chi-Town, right?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago. Yeah,
No
lived
doubt.
in New York for 15 years. Lived in Chicago for 27. Now I'm
Okay.
kind of back and forth.
Okay. All right. Well, look, welcome back. Tell everybody what your title is and what your specialty is.
Sure. So Danisha Henderson, I'm a licensed clinical social worker, specifically a couples and family therapist. Yeah, and my specialty is, I say, helping people to move forward.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you for joining the show. Thank you, Nesh. And I got another person that's going to help us out. She's also a licensed therapist. Are you going to do this while I'm live? I have a cat in the building, y'all, for those that don't know. Yeah, come on. Which way you going? You don't know what he want to do. All right. So I'm going to bring up another friend of mine. This is my sister from another mister. She's actually been on the show. This is her third week. We appreciate you for joining. Come on to the stage, Ocean's Rain. What's up, Rain? Don't worry about your Rain. I got it. Let me help you out. There you go. Uh-oh, we can't hear you. Let me make sure. Unmute yourself, Rain.
Hello.
There you go. What's up, Rain?
Lifer. Good evening.
Welcome back, Rain. This is week number 3.
Mm-hmm.
You here for 3 weeks? You gonna keep hanging out with us?
I'm locked in.
Nice.
Locked in? All right. Well, I appreciate your support of the show. You've brought some fresh perspective. Tell everybody what your role is and your title in real life.
Behavioral therapist. I work with that. I'm a director with the university. I work with 4 to 25-year-olds, and my goal is to keep, it's one step at a time, one day at a time, no matter who you are, keep pushing forward, onward.
Keep pushing forward. So you're a behavioral therapist and you're a family therapist, Nesh. So Nesh can help when we have family issues, and I feel like you can help them badass kids, right?
I don't work with kids anymore.
I heard that.
But when they're with the family.
Right. Speaking of badass kids, I've known this young man since high school. We call him the green-eyed bandit. Even though he's not green-eyed, you gotta know EPMD and E double It's a whole story behind it. But he's been the Black Santa Claus the last couple of episodes with the thick beard. So come on to the stage, my homeboy, Big Corey G. Come on to the stage, Corey.
Ho.
What's up, Corey?
What's up, brother? Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good. Love the beard.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Corey.
Yeah,
Hey,
welcome
Ryan.
back. So I think Nesh, I think you've been on the show with Corey before.
Yeah, a couple times.
No
Yeah.
doubt,
I don't
no
think he
doubt.
had
That's-
that gray beard at the time, though.
No, I had the Beijing 38 on. So
Okay.
Corey, did you start rocking the white beard? Did I inspire you, or you were already doing it?
no, you didn't inspire me. I already had it. I just had Beijing 35 over it.
Well, you know, Destiny told me, she said, "Baby, I like it when you just rock it out." So
Yeah.
I've been colorless in terms of the Beijing
Yeah.
and the Just for Men for a year now. A little over a
Yeah,
year.
I got lazy. I was tired of doing it all the time, you know. And then I embrace the unk now.
Okay.
It's all good because, you know, they call me unk as long as I can still kill you on the basketball court.
Okay. Big Corey G. All right. I got one other brother that I'm gonna bring in. This brother right here, I'm gonna save him for last because he's a problem child. I'm gonna say, you know exactly, he's smiling too. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, I got a new brother that's gonna come to the stage. And look, ladies, gentlemen, be nice. He's new to After Dark. All right, his name is T. I could call him T Lamar, like K Lamar, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna call him just T. But this is T Dot, my man T. Come on to the stage, T. What up, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How everybody doing?
All right, good. But
So this is T, y'all. He is a friend of mine. He's got some interesting perspectives, and he was like, "Dave, I might need to jump on your show one day." I said, "All right, T, let's see what you got, man. Let's see what you got. You ready, sir?"
Yeah, I've been watching and I'm very interested, so I figured maybe I could come on and give my 2 cents, I guess you could call it.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself since we just meeting you for the first time.
Well, my name is Taryn. Everybody, you can call me T. That's for short. I mean, you ask everybody what they do, what they work. I work for the county. I work at a water plant. I'm an operator in the county I live. I live in Jersey, so I mean that's the short of it. I mean,
Okay. And why did you want to join the show?
because it's interesting. I've been watching it. I've known you, Dave. You know that I'm just meeting everybody else, but I was interested. I always watch, so I figured, you know, if he would allow me, then I could get on and give my perspective on various topics.
Absolutely. Look, I said we need some new perspective. We got some new ladies, like I said, Rain. It's her 3rd episode, so this is your 1st episode. So welcome to the stage, my man T. All right.
Thank you.
Now I got a problem, child. I call him a problem because wherever he goes, he shakes things up. He's very opinionated. If Corey's unk, and I guess I'm unk because I'm right in the same age group. I don't know what we call him. Great unk? I'm not sure. Look at him.
Wow.
He threatening me. Y'all
Great
can
unk.
see. I almost said grandpa. He threatening me with the fist. Come on to the stage, my man Carl Schaff. What's up, Carl? Unmute for me, Carl. Unmute for me.
Salute,
Carl
everybody.
Schaff.
How y'all doing?
Salute, man. What's up with you, bro?
Hey, it's just a ride. It's a ride. And yes, I'm an unk too.
No doubt about it. Now, Carl. When you were on the show last, maybe no, not the last time, but 2 times before that, after you got off the show, they were like, "Yo, dude was abrasive. Dude had an opinion. Man, he wouldn't let me." So now, Carl, I have a timer. Not for you only, but Carl, I'll let everybody give their 3-minute discussion. And after 2 minutes, when they got 60 seconds left, you'll see the timer. Not just for Carl, this is for all of us. But when you see that timer, that means, okay, you gotta wrap it up. You got 60 seconds to wrap it up. So that way people won't blame you, Carl, if they don't get a word in, because you have a strong opinion, a strong voice.
Wow.
I'm just calling it what it is, man. I'm just calling it what it is. And hold up, I see somebody else that's driving. Hey, you ready for me? Let me know if you're ready. Oh, he ready. All right, let me bring him in. Now, this guy right here. Oh, you know what? God is good. God is
All
good.
the time.
Because Carl, you work in security. Am I right?
Retired police officer turned bodyguard. Yes.
I didn't know he was retired. Popo. Okay, that
Yeah.
explains a lot.
Yeah.
I got. No, you know, I love good officers. I love good officers. I got a homie in here, man. He has an app called Safe Guy. If you need private security, you can join his app, Safe Guy, and you can have your event or your person or your people protected. Come on to the stage, my man, Superman Dre. What up, Dre?
What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good. What's up with you, man? You made it. This is God.
Yeah, just leaving the gym, man.
Nice.
This is a tough workout. I had to train a couple of people. Well, I don't like training people, but they begged me. I told them they can work out with me. If I'm not training them, y'all can just do what I do. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. My man, Superman Dre's in the building. So let me just tell y'all. So I interviewed Dre a year or so ago about Safe Guy, his app. Helped him kind of promote it and all that stuff. He's a good friend of the show. And I know him outside of the show. So Dre is one of my homies. And he don't jump online a lot. He's a man of few words. So I must have had some topic. Something got him out from his bat cave. Or should I say his Forces of Solitude with his Superman S on. So y'all ready for this?
Hey,
Yeah, come on.
Let's go. That's right.
All right, we here. So today, you guys, we are going to discuss the topic best female friend versus your new girlfriend. Best female friend versus your new girlfriend. This topic came about because I saw a video, and I'll play it for you so we can kind of have context. But the idea is you've been dating someone for less than 6 months, and they have an issue with your best friend of the opposite sex that you've been friends with for 6 years. So if you're a woman, you got a best male friend of 6 years, and your new boyfriend don't like him. If you're a man, you got a best female friend of 6 years. This your homie, and your new girlfriend don't like her. And look, that's all I'm saying. Y'all can ask questions. Y'all can read into stuff. I'm just gonna set it up, and I'm gonna let y'all discuss it. So check out this clip, and then we'll discuss some things. I'm gonna put you on mute, Dre.
Cool.
It's on mute, Dave.
We can't hear it.
Hold on, y'all said y'all couldn't hear it?
No, sir.
Hold on now. See, that's the devil. We're not letting this happen. Hold on. Oh, I know what I gotta do. I gotta add it a different way.
Tom, did you press a button on the keyboard?
No. The cat didn't do this. This is Dave. Okay, I think I'll try this one.
Ten women.
Y'all heard that, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, that ain't that. See, this is the enemy, man. When you know you got something good going on, he's trying to block stuff. I'm not gonna let that happen, though. I think the one I want is this one. All right, y'all talk amongst yourself for a second.
Sure.
What's your initial thoughts about the topic? Has anybody ever experienced that where they had a best friend that's of the opposite sex?
Yeah, I feel like it's
Of
so.
course.
Yeah.
Okay. Who
No.
wanna mention it first?
You want me to go first? Because Dave, you already know.
Tell me about it. Go ahead, because while I fix my technical difficulties.
All right, group crew. I had a best friend for over 20 years. We don't talk no more because the situation got to a point where She was my best friend 20 years. My girl didn't like her at the time. They didn't like each other at all. The first time they met, they didn't like each other. So I got to the point where I figured out it was my fault. It was my fault because I didn't have boundaries with either one of them.
Uh-huh.
So the boundaries was that yes, she was my best friend, but she kind of controlled a lot of stuff we did, and then that was my fault. My girl at the time, it was like she didn't trust me. She didn't trust me. What I did, she kept questioning my motives or y'all hanging around a lot too much. What y'all been doing in the past? Did y'all do something in the past? And I said, no, we never did anything. You don't think a man can have a woman as a friend and not do anything? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, you don't know me, and I don't know if we can ever work out because it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm a grown ass man. I have control of. I can control myself. I don't care who in the room. And if you don't trust what I do with a person, and she just my friend, why are we even together? So, long story short, I'm not friends with either one of them.
Okay.
Period.
I'm glad you took accountability and said it was your fault because off the rip, this is the way it is. If you get down or get lost, deletion is not a problem.
No, it's not. I learned that too. Deletion is not a problem.
Mhm.
All right. So I found my clip, y'all. All right, let's take a look at
Question
this.
for the men. If you have a female best friend of like 6 years and then you get in a relationship with somebody else and they have a problem with you being best friends with this female, what do you do?
9 out of 10 women who have a male best friend has that male some point in time of their friendship. Yes, they them. They them. I don't care. Y'all can lie all y'all want.
If he got a female best friend, they definitely slept together. Don't argue.
Do you say, no, she was here before you gotta go, or you gotta shut up? Or do you go with what your girlfriend is saying and dump your best friend?
All right, we're gonna let it rock one more time for the people that missed it. All right, let's play it one more time.
Question for the men. If you have a female best friend of like 6 years and then you get in a relationship with somebody else and they have a problem with you being best friends with this female, what do you do?
9 out of 10 women who have a male best friend has that male some point in time of their friendship. Yes, they them. They them. I don't care. Y'all can lie all y'all want.
If he got a female best friend, they definitely slept together. Don't argue.
Do you say, no, she was here before you gotta go, or you gotta shut up? Or do you go with what your girlfriend is saying and dump your best friend?
That's the question.
I don't like none of them
Wow.
because they all
Me
talking
either. I don't
absolute.
like none of them.
Wow.
They sound all under 30.
Mhm. It's not absolute.
All right, so let's start with Carl since he's T, you gonna say something?
I agree with that. I think it's always exceptions to the rule, but for overall, I would think that they're sort of they talking the right language, because I don't think men and women could be friends platonically like that. And I think men are always waiting in the weeds. But I digress, and I listen to what some of you guys.
No. You new to the show. You new to the show. I'm gonna let you. I want you to expound.
And let me say it's not under 30 because I'm pushing 50, and so that's my belief. So
I want you to expound, T. You're saying that you don't think that men and women can be friends. Explain that.
But I think no, men and women can be friends. What I'm saying is, men. Now there's always exceptions to every rule. You understand? So nothing is absolute. But my position is that men are always just sitting and waiting. And I'm a man, so I think that men are always waiting for the most part, and they would, if the woman gives them the opportunity, then they would go for it. Is my position.
So you have female friends that you waiting in the wind, and that's why you're saying that.
No, well, I didn't say myself, no, but I'm saying for the. I didn't say me. I'm just saying. I'm saying overall for the most part.
But that's not
See,
absolute because some of us men out here, and I talk about this a lot, have the discipline, just like Brother Corey just said. So we
We
don't
should.
have to. We don't have to. We're trained this way. But I'm going to always say again, it's the mindset. What kind of men you
Hmm.
talking about?
Hmm.
Yeah, I like what Corey said about boundaries. I feel like I agree. I don't remember your name. Is it Trey? What you just said, like I agree with you. Women and men are always kind of waiting in the wind, but
Hmm.
the key is like trust and boundaries.
Hmm.
So, what kind of relationship do these like best friends have? Is she coming over and hanging out all day, or are they just chatting on the phone every once in a while? But I agree. In a weak moment, in a bad period, it's a question mark.
It could
okay.
happen. I agree with that.
So let's continue to go around the
I
room. Let's go around
yeah.
the room.
Okay.
Just answering: can men and women be friends?
So based on this scenario, 6 months of knowing someone and having a friend that you've known for years, I will say this: I'm guilty of having a friend for over 12 years, and we were best friends, and we had boundaries. We crossed those boundaries, but prior to that, I knew his first wife and his second wife. And then as they divorced, after that, we crossed boundaries. We went to Vegas, and yeah,
What happens in
So
Vegas stays in Vegas.
yeah,
hold
it
on.
definitely stays in Vegas, but it was a
We're
hell of
not
a
gonna
great
slide. We're
time.
not gonna slide past this. Let me make sure I'm understanding. You had a male friend that you were platonic with before he got married.
He was platonic. He had two separate marriages. We
You're going
actually
too
worked
fast.
together.
You're going
No,
too
she ain't.
fast. No, I gotta make sure the people understand. I'm not gonna let you just blast past. So this is what so y'all were platonic before he got married, meaning y'all never kissed, y'all never touched, y'all never expressed like for one another.
No, so we even went out several different times and during college to bars, and I would say, "Oh, this is your type. This is," honestly, we never had any connection of that sort. No.
All right, I'm gonna
That's
get to my
that,
theory. I'm gonna get to my theory in a second. Anybody else
that
want to
I
continue?
was going to say, Dave, that's not fair because what they started with and how they ended up is like your 20-year-old self talking to your 40-year-old self. It
Mhm.
wasn't on your intention, it wasn't on your menu, but it just so happened because the bond over time created that scenario. It had nothing to do with any third parties.
I'm gonna
No.
put that on hold, and I'm gonna let Dre give his piece because I'm trying to get an answer to can men and women really be friends? And Dre, I want you to say your piece, and then I got a lot to say about this one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. Um, Someone said they're pushing 50. I'm 55, and someone said about discipline, and all these people sound like they're under 30. I had a best friend since my childhood. We used to ride motorcycles together when we were teenagers, all that other stuff, right? And she moved out to LA, and then I followed. But then we've never even thought about hooking up, and then all of a sudden we did. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed to happen. She was getting kicked out of her place, and I came to her rescue. So it was that white knight syndrome type of thing. But then we just kept doing it. It actually has nothing to do with discipline if you're single and you decide y'all want to go explore. You know what I'm saying? You can explore. It has nothing to do with discipline. If y'all both adults, y'all decide y'all want to explore, you explore. Now, if I have a girlfriend and we've been dating for 6 months, yeah, you got to ease back off of her. I mean, she's not going to
Hmm.
see. You know what I'm saying? Now we
That's a
had.
cop. That's a cop out, you know that, but go ahead.
And I
How's
think
that?
you said boundaries. That's different.
Please explain how's that a cop out.
Hold on. I want everybody to finish. Are you done with your scenario, Dre?
Well, it's like this. My whole thing is, if you're two consenting adults and you decide you want to go there, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if you're in a relationship, you need to have that discipline and that self control. Now, I don't really care what people will be saying. Oh, you shouldn't because that's your friend. We're two adults, and if we decide we want to explore that avenue, we explore that avenue. And if for whatever reason we want to stop, we stop. If we want to get together and make it more than just plutonic friendship, we can. But we decided not to. We decided to just stay friends. And my fiance now, actually, you know her. You were at our baby shower. My
Yep.
fiance
Beautiful young
now,
lady.
Yeah, she knows all about it. She knows that I have self control, and she's fine with her being my friend. She's around all the time when we hang out together. You know,
Whew.
so
Hold on,
Wow.
hold on. Let me just hold on, hold on,
Whoa.
hold on.
Well,
Nah,
Let me bring Dre to the back office right quick. Dre, you
whoa.
woo walk that and leave. I know you, and I know your ladies, so I know y'all solid. But
yeah.
Dre, woo, I can't be friends with somebody I used to mess with. Like I cut people off. Like
See?
anybody that I used to kind of even possibly mess with. Once I met Destiny, cut them off. You know why? Because this is the thing, and I'm gonna bring you back, Dre, to the crew. This is a
Yeah.
situation, y'all. Discipline is. I heard Dre say it's not about discipline because we're two adults, but I'm gonna push back on that because it is about discipline. Because once you get into a relationship, it's all of you. And Dre said that it's about dick discipline once you're in a relationship. But when you're single, it's not necessarily about discipline. I'm gonna say this:
Yes, it
you have
is.
dick discipline even when you're single, bro. That's a
Exactly.
cop out.
you have
How
dick
is that
discipline when
a
you're
cop out?
single.
If you're two adults and you both decide you want to go there, how is that? How is that
No,
incorrect?
look at what both of you and David saying. It takes two consenting adults.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
but guess what? The dick discipline dude is gonna say no. So there is no two consenting adults, and one of them is disciplined.
I'm confused. I don't understand.
Hold on. I need Carl to repeat that one more time. I heard you, but I wasn't fully say that one more time, Carl.
You and brother said it takes two consenting adults.
Uh-huh.
But if one
Mhm.
of those adults, being male, has dick discipline, there is no two consenting adult because he has the boundaries that we're friends and we're gonna stay there. I'm not gonna cross the threshold.
Okay, so wait. So that's saying I don't want you, or that's saying
No, no.
you're attractive and I could, but I
And
have
I
the discipline
respect
to
the
say no.
friendship. I
All right,
respect the
so
friendship.
this is where I want to jump in, Carl, because I think there's two scenarios we're talking about. You have
Mhm.
one scenario where both people may find each other attractive.
Mhm.
And in that case, where both people may find each other attractive, somebody got to have dick discipline or pussy control or whatever you want to call it. You got to
Mhm,
control your loins, right? Because
mhm,
if the one person find one attractive and makes the move, the other person has to say, "No, we can't do this. We can't do this because you're my friend, because
mhm.
we believe in God, because of whatever." Now, mind you, we're single, ain't nobody involved with nobody. So if you want to as an adult, you could, but in that case, somebody draws a line, right? Then you have the other case, Carl, where one person likes someone and finds them attractive and the other one don't. And it's an automatic wall. And usually that's the case when the girl is attractive and she don't find the man that attractive and he kind of chase her like a lap dog, he kind of simping. Like that's the case where that don't require discipline on anybody's part because one person is already rejecting the other party. You tracking me? So I always said,
Who controls the access to the relationship in totality?
well, the woman controls the coochie gate and the man
I
controls
said,
the relationship gate.
all right then. So
So
Agreed.
question answered.
hold on, wait a
Agreed.
minute. Let me break it down like this. So basically, you're saying that people that were friends should never have crossed that boundary. So a lot of people wouldn't even be married today if you go by what you say. Because what it
No.
is that there's a lot of people that were just strictly platonic friends and they decided to, as both consenting adults to get together and they had sex or whatever, but they decided to stay together and ended up married, having wonderful families and all that. What you're saying is if you're friends, you shouldn't do that. So there's a lot of people that's married today that shouldn't be married because they were friends.
Yeah,
And
that's my story.
That makes that I trying to make sense of it here. I'm trying to make
All
sense.
right. So
it,
I'm a little lost there.
Well,
let me
well,
let
Dean,
Ness say you said that was your story.
Well, just what he was saying. Me and my husband were friends first, and I don't know who just said it, but he said he's like I was like we knew we were attracted to each other, but he had what you say, dick discipline. He said I respected the friendship. I knew you weren't ready, so I respected the friendship. And like 9 months into our friendship. We were like hanging out very tight, but no sex, nothing. That's when we both decided, okay, like let's give in. And from there was a wrap. We've been together 9 years. We've been married 4 years. And
But the auspices under which you met, was it supposed to be we're just friends, or was it like
we met on
it's potential?
We met on Tinder, so there was potential.
Okay, so hold on. So that ain't I'm trying to be your friend.
That ain't the
That's what I'm talking about. No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm letting y'all slide tonight. Because no,
Wait,
Ness,
hold on. Let me say this part. We were dating other people. We were talking about it.
No, don't do that. Don't do
Okay.
that. Don't do that.
Tinder.
Ness, check it out. Check it out. So we gotta set something up. There is a relationship where it's strictly friendship, meaning.
But there it was.
Hold on.
No, it wasn't,
When
because
you
your
meet
intention
somebody, come on. When you meet somebody
sorry.
on Tinder, you don't intend to have a business partner or a platonic friend or.
But I was looking for friends. I wasn't looking for a relationship at the time. I was just trying to see. I also, if I could share with you my theory really quickly, I have this this triangle theory: friendship, partnership, romance. So when I was dating and meeting people, my whole thing was like, be friends with this person first. See if you can be friends with this person for 90 days, no sex. See how they show up. And he was cool, but I was dating other people. Look at this guy. I want to hear what you have to say. And then we could like move into something else. And it turned into summertime. We were having fun, whatever. Yeah. So to me, it was a legit friendship first.
So I work in project management. I know about the triple constraint. All right. Listen, you got cost, quality, you got time. You can get it fast and you can get it cheap, but the quality is going to be low.
What you're telling
right? Me. It's a triple constraint. So what is your triple constraint that you just gave me about friendship? What was it?
Friendship, partnership, and the romance is at the top. If your friendship and partnership isn't there, the romance isn't going to last on the top.
I understand. I'm tracking, but I'm gonna say this. You don't get on Tinder to find no damn friend. I don't want to hear that.
Here's the thing.
The attraction was there, but again, legit. 9 months, no sex. It was like
T looked like he was about to say something, and then I got T, and then I saw Corey, then I saw Dre.
Dave, I think the question originally was if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, depending on the sex, and you were in for 6 months, but you had a friend for 6 years. That the question was, and opposite, and your significant other didn't like the other person. So would you have to stop being a friend, or would you continue it, or I got to stop the relationship? So I'm saying my answer to that would be that once I tell my significant other that that I'm going to set boundaries, and if I can't, I'm going to have to let that friend. It's going to have to distance that friend, because if you're trying to set something new, this is the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, and then I'm going to have to just distance myself from the friend. I mean, the original question was about the relationship and the other, and the friend.
Yeah.
So
did that make sense, or did I make sense or no?
Yeah. So to answer the original question, you said yes, I would distance myself from my friend of 6 years to give my new boo a chance.
Right. If I'm serious about this new person, I'm really trying to build a life and a relationship with this person, then and this is my real friend, they would understand to back off a little bit, and then to back up so I can try to build something with this new relationship.
Okay.
I agree. I definitely agree with him. And so going back to what your question was, can a female and a male have a relationship? And my position to that is actually, if you are in the middle of a relationship that's strengthening, and as Tish was saying, partnership and having the companionship and the romance at the top, I do believe that. But if I am with a man and he does not desire for me to have any other connection to any other man, then they have to go, because I'm growing with that person and he now becomes my best friend, and the others have to understand and respect and are happy for me and continue. And if there is a situation where there is some type of, it's not jealousy, it's not something that's going on, but can a woman and a man continue a relationship, there's always going to be the boundaries that are going to interact. But if you can control those disciplines and have those, yes. But can a woman and a man have a relationship and you are solid with someone? My stand on that is no. Because at that point in time, my partner now becomes my best friend.
And that's
Okay, so
all
you're
without.
That,
I,
that's my
I, ju-
stance.
I have to ask Rain something, and this is all without ascertaining, not thinking, not feeling, but knowing what's their agenda, intentions, and motive for them to even say something like that to you. You can
If,
have no contact with no male friends or nobody.
So here you go.
How?
So that's actually something that's not going to be said, Carl, because when you're in a relationship and you're vetting, you're going to know that from the beginning. This you're 6 months in. That's something you will feel. That's a red flag. If someone's coming in and saying, "Oh, I don't want you talking to this person," that's a red flag for me. Because at the end of the day, I know you and I are dating, Carl. And I have a list of male friends and one of my really great friends that I'm talking to, and they're ready, they're excited for me. Because in your inner circle, people sometimes know some of the things you're needing. So, what I'm explaining is when a woman meets a man or a man meets a woman and they understand the connection, because it isn't the woman that picks the man picks the woman. And when she is picked and she understands her boundaries as well, what do I do to eliminate my cards so I can get on this poker table and get a royal flush with my man to become from a boyfriend to elevate to the relationship to elevate to marriage?
As a
That's if
as a
you're looking
secure
for that.
as a secure man, I don't give a damn about what male friends you had before me or during us, because again, like the brother said, there are some cases where the brothers are waiting in the wing. Some are playing aggressive, some is playing passive, some is just nonchalant. And yes, the moment y'all women say, "Yo, I'm about to get married soon," your gay friend, your best male friend, your hairdresser, everybody is going to have some type of change of attitude towards you because they all was waiting in line to get picked by you.
You know
hmm.
what? I don't think all of them are waiting to, in the line to get, to get some or sit on the bench, but I do agree with you on that part. However, what I can say is if you are a female or a male that understands what you are wanting, you are going to disconnect from others and gravitate towards the one that matters to you. And if that is letting go of the ones that are holding on, thinking they're going to enter the gates of your stuffed Oreo cookie, that ain't happening.
So what
All
happens
right.
if things? Let me real
So
quick, Dave. What happens
yeah.
if things don't work out with y'all? Now, where's your friends at now?
If they're your true friends, they're gonna always understand because your true friends want to see you happy. Your true friends want to see you happy, and they're not there just to enter the gates. They're there for you to have understanding in your
Okay,
relationship. Your true friends will be there.
So
Okay.
I'm
can
sorry.
any of the
So
gentlemen
y'all
in the room honestly, any of the gentlemen in the room honestly say they would want their wife, girlfriend, whatever, having a male best friend, and they would actually be cool with that?
hell no. Nope. I can tell you right now.
No,
Nope.
that's that. Any of the other gentlemen can actually say they would let their girl, wife, have a best friend, a best friend as a guy, and really honestly be cool with that.
well, my fiance actually does. This person and her mom and this guy's mom, they all grew up as brothers and sisters, but they weren't. So they consider each other cousins, and they actually were. At first, I felt a little weird about it, but as I got to know him, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I trust this guy. And I've known them both. Like my fiance, I've been with her for about, what, 10 and a half years now. And I've known him
Is
since.
he a single male? Is he a single male, or is he married? It's nuances to that. Because if he's married, that it's a
Uh,
little easier. But if he's
uh,
single, it makes you feel.
that's an
He's single.
assumption. It doesn't matter.
He's not married. It doesn't matter. When
It
if
doesn't
you
matter.
do get to
Okay.
know that trust that
Okay.
person, then that's what you go on. You go on that trust. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you
Okay.
trust that you're with. Far as like I mean, being together with someone it's already a lot of work. And what you
Yeah.
guys are saying, it's like this: friends should take a step back. It's just like when you get with a woman
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to make this woman your soulmate, the person that you be with for the rest of your life. Everyone takes a step back, even your family. She comes first now. You know what I'm saying? So when when y'all were talking about my friends should understand that, yes, they should, because they should understand they don't come first anymore. She does. So they should not have a problem with stepping back. Now, if something goes wrong in your relationship, they should understand. They should be there to console you when something goes wrong in your relationship. They
Now,
understand had to step off for a little
Ooh.
while because it just
now,
work.
now,
Dre,
now
I
you
do.
notice some. It's
Hold on,
real.
hold on,
I'm
y'all.
just
So we're gonna go one at a time, only because if we over talk, then the mics mess up. So I'm gonna let Carl respond to Dre, and then I got
no.
something I want to
I was
say.
gonna make it funny because I'm listening to what Dre said, and all of a sudden I started laughing because I'm like, does that apply to children, cats, and dogs? Because you see what Dave is going through, right?
Yeah. So So let me say this right quick, y'all. Let me say this. There are definitely boundaries and nuances, like T said, right? About being friends with someone or friends with your significant other having a friend of the opposite sex. There's definitely boundaries. Now, I'm gonna say this. Um, if you have a childhood friend, right? Somebody that you've been with, that you've known, and they're like a play brother or a play sister, and you've known them since you were a kid. And then I show up and we in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and I'm like, you can't have no male friends. I'm insecure. I
Definitely
need to evaluate the relationship and I need to respect the relationships that have been there, right?
correct.
Now, if I come in
Mm-hmm.
and you've known this best friend, for 5, 6 years, not no 20 years, 5, 6 years, I still got to evaluate because I don't have a place. I don't have 5 or 6 years. So I
Correct.
really don't have the right to be coming in and pissing on her lawn and putting my foot down like I'm King Kong, right? I need
Hmm?
to assess it and be like, you know what? Let me back off a little bit, right?
Correct.
However, my eyes ain't never I can see clearly. So if I see that this Negro is really biding time and he really like her, because you got to remember, I went to the beginning. Can men and women be friends? I always said this: men and women can be friends platonically if there's a boundary and a reason. Boundary being, I'm a believer. I'm a believer in God. I'm not having sex. I ain't messing with nobody. That's a boundary. I'm married. That's a boundary. I have a girlfriend, a boyfriend. That's a boundary. You know what the biggest boundary is? I don't like you like that. I don't find you attractive. So therefore, I don't care how fine you are, how much money you got, how thick you are. If you're a man, she shouldn't care how much security he can provide. If it ain't attraction there, I don't want you. You ain't never coming out of the friend zone. So if there's not those boundaries and it's just
But
two
why you keep
grown,
forgetting respect?
sexy, respecting a boundary, though. I'm talking about having a reason to respect the boundary. Take the boundaries away, Carl, and make it where we're just two fine, attractive adults that are free to do whatever we want. Now we in the situation Drake talked about. Ain't no reason to hold back if one of us come at the other one because we ain't got no boundaries. You got to have a boundary to
Dave,
respect.
so Dave, so here I'm listening to everything you're saying and I agree. So here's where I see, and I'm listening to Dre as well, and also Carl and Taryn, right? But this is what I'm hearing. So you're having it's 5 years, 7 years in, and there's some rumbling in the relationship. Your wife goes off, your girlfriend goes off, and she's now with her friends. She's out with her friend, whom so called is just a friend where there's boundaries. The insecurities will pour naturally for a human being to suspect a situation only because there is some rumbling in the relationship. And I'm not saying that happens all the time, but the trust is there. And that's why I stand on a case where once you're in a relationship, all other cases of friendships, they are not a priority. They step down. Can you have friends that come to outings or events? Yes. But if I'm with someone, it's not that my man has to say to me, baby, get rid of whomever you're connected to, because they're already aware what I'm looking for. And like you said, I don't like you like that. We have to make that clear. But I will tell you this, there are friends I have in my life that I'm single to a degree, right? And I'm dating right now. However, if there's someone that came into my life right now that I wanted years ago and approached me right now, would I accept that approach? No. You understand why? Because if I am with someone that I'm dating that potentially can be the person I want to be with, I have a oopsie happening. I have a reservation. That is called a reservation. I am reserving the right to fulfill myself. Hello, beautiful Yvette. I have a that is a reservation. So I have set aside a reservation. Just like they say, you sit in the bar too long, you sit in the hair salon too long, you're going to get your hair cut. So if I continue to entertain a man and I'm dating or I'm married and we have a oopsie, I'm going to contact that man first. That's not all the time. So all of that has to be disconnected. So I stand on the point, can a man and a woman have a relationship after they're in a relationship and be friends? No, they cannot. They can have a balance of a friendship, but your priority is now your man or that woman.
So you're saying, regardless of a boundary, if I'm in a relationship, I need to create distance with my male friends, regardless of, forget boundaries, forget about, oh, there's a boundary. No, you're like, nah, the distance is what I'm going to create. That's what I'm hearing, Rain.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm in the same boat as Rain, because I feel like, listen, especially if you are already like that person or had sex with that person, if you already had to get down with that person and now you're in a relationship, you don't need to be contacting and being in touch with that person. You just don't, because you already crossed the line. And I understand adults and I understand dick discipline and coochie control. I understand all that, man. F all that. I'm in a relationship. I'm building something, and I don't want my new person feeling like, oh, the strings and the ties that you had with that old person can you know, in a weak moment, you can get those strings can get pulled. I don't want them to feel that way. So and you know what? I don't even want to put myself in that position. So therefore, I'm just going to distance myself from anybody that I used to deal with. Now, that's something. Now I want to make that clear. That's somebody that I used to have sex with and deal with, or someone I used to have a crush on. Now, if this is truly a platonic friend, and it's been that and only that, I'm still going to create some distance, and I'm going to tell them, hey, listen, you know, I'm in a relationship. Our friendship got to change a little bit. You can't be calling me at 2 a.m. drunk, talking about, Dave, can you pick me up? You can't be calling me all hours of the night crying about your male problems. Like, I care about you, but I care about my relationship more. And I'm a friend. I'm not your uncle. I'm not your dad. I'm not your therapist. No, like you my homegirl, and we gonna keep it at homegirl. So you call me during business hours, you call me during church hours, and you call me and talk to me, and I can put it on speakerphone, and it shouldn't be no problem.
Well,
I don't think
that I agree with. I mean, whenever you're in a relationship, you want to distance yourself from your girl best friend. A lot of times you'll distance yourself from your homies. You know what I'm saying? Because right now you're focused on your girl. My thing is, will I still remain friends with that person? Now, the person I'm talking about, yes, we're still friends today. You know what I'm saying? And we don't talk every day. We don't see each other every day because she lives in Thailand now. You know, but every once in a while she'll call and we'll talk. And my fiance knows about her and knows about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? The difference is I didn't come into this relationship when me and her was still smashing. You know what I'm saying? I came in afterwards, and we are.
Sir,
wait a minute, we
sir,
are
respectfully, she only lives in Thailand. I'm sorry, sir.
Let him
I
finish.
apologize.
I
I apologize.
The thing is, we've already decided before I even met my fiance that we're not going back there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because one, I knew I didn't want to be in a relationship with my homie, my best friend. So it got to the point where we sat down, we had a talk, and we said, okay, we're going to stop this because it's not going to grow into anything, you know, and it will impede on future relationships.
Can I jump in real quick, Dre?
Yeah.
Do you see how that's a boundary though? That
Yeah.
this is what I was saying to Carl and everyone else is listening. There must be a boundary that you now can respect. The boundary for Dre is, hey, look, y'all, this ain't really going nowhere. We did this, we tried this, it ain't going nowhere. Let's just be completely platonic and cut out, anything sexual. Let's just cut it out and be friends because it's not going nowhere. This ain't what we want. They both established boundaries. Then years later, he meets his current fiance and he's already kept a friendship. And then all he has to do is say, hey, look, this is my friend. Let me tell you what it was. And then they can make their own decision about how to move forward. But my point was a boundary was there, though. If you just and then to T, what you were saying that I don't want to make your point. Say real quick what you were about to say, T.
I was saying respectfully to the gentleman who was just talking, like it might be a little easier because I'm sorry,
Dre.
Right, Dre. You said because I mean respectfully, you said your friend who you had dealings with in the past lives in Thailand. Like, so I mean that's a lot easier for I would assume, please, that it's that's not easier for your significant other to be like, well, yeah. I mean, you all you gonna do is talk to her on the phone. Like, ain't like y'all gonna cross each other's paths.
No,
You know what I
it's
mean?
not.
I would think it would be a little. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it would be she would feel if she lived the next town over or 20 minutes away from you, and y'all went out was
Man,
going out to have
it would be
lunch.
tougher.
I would think it would be a little bit more tougher for your significant other to deal with
Let me
that.
explain. She just moved to Thailand just within the last month,
Oh,
and
okay.
she lived in Philly. So she lived on the East Coast, but when she came here, she stayed with us.
Okay.
And you used to do it. Oh wow,
Hold on. Let me jump in. Let me jump in. No, this is important because we're not here to judge nobody or go
no,
go back and
sir.
forth. I know you're not. I know, but I don't want us to. We can easily get off the rails. We can get off the rails. I want to stay with the idea that what would you do? Would you tell your best friend back off, or would you tell your new boyfriend or girlfriend back off? Like Rain said, I'm telling my friend you got to back off because I'm creating some space. I'm agreeing with Rain. I'm telling my friend, hey, listen, our friendship is going to change a little bit. You still cool. You can't be calling me at all hours of the night. I can't be a crying post. Like, I'll pray for you and I'll see you during business hours. That's where I'm at with it. Welcome to the stage, Yvette. I know that you've been listening and you may not have gotten a chance to say anything.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Yvette, did you see the video? Did you see the clip that we're talking about?
No, I was picking my son up from the airport, so I just got back. And,
all right, so I'm gonna play the clip for Yvette so she can see it, and then we're gonna discuss it one more time.
Question for the men. If you have a female best friend of like 6 years and then you get in a relationship with somebody else and they have a problem with you being best friends with this female, what do you do?
9 out of 10 women who have a male best friend has that male some point in time of their friendship. Yes, they them. They them. I don't care. Y'all can lie all y'all want.
If he got a female best friend, they definitely slept together. Don't argue.
Do you say, no, she was here before you gotta go, or you gotta shut up? Or do you go with what your girlfriend is saying and dump your best friend?
So, Yvette, you have...
that clip.
Yes, that clip. Yvette, you have a male best friend that you've been cool with for 6 years. And now you got a new boo. And you only been with this boo less than 6 months. So 6 years versus 6 months. The new boo is like, hey, I don't like that dude. Like, I don't trust this. Why you got a male friend? He's saying, hey, I need you to do something. What do you do?
I've been in this situation several times because, and I believe I mentioned this to you, I right now still have, and I don't have best friends. I have associates and I have friends. All right. So that's how I categorize my people. I don't like titles, a whole bunch of titles. I'm not a person that throw away people, if that makes sense. Some people throw themselves away, but I don't throw people away per se. You can throw yourself away by your actions and things that you do or say. I will, distance you from my world. But I'm still friends with just about every guy I've ever dated. They still call me today, some of them. I am now currently in a relationship. But here's the thing. And thank
Oh,
Congratulations. I'm laughing about this.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so you're in a relationship. Congrats, Yvette.
yeah, thank you.
Woo.
But I, you know what, y'all stop it.
No, it's hearing you say that is very shocking right now. So,
Oh, okay. But even in the past, when I had relationships, I would say, I got to introduce you to my friend because I talk about my people. Anytime I start a relationship, I let that new person know who are the important people in my world, and you're entering my circle of life just as I'm entering your circle of life. So with that circle, we should know each other's people. You have to know my family. These are my selected family. These people. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's you got. That's how I categorize things. And I also say there's only men and females on this earth. Men and female. That's it. I'm not gonna hang out with a whole bunch of females all the time. I'm not gonna hang out with a whole bunch of guys all the time. All right? Doing business. You're doing business with a man or female. And why you guys worried about your woman sleeping with her ex or her friend? She could be sleeping with her girlfriend and your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
That's a
today
great point.
we gotta worry about both
That's a
sides
great
now.
point. That's why when she come through the door, I'm smelling her coochie.
You,
Shut up.
you know what?
Wow.
I need to know. Hey, come here. Come
So
here.
so
Let me
that's my
smell your
issue right
breath and let
there.
me smell your coochie.
That's the issue right there. Right there, what you just said.
See?
It
That's funny.
right
That's
there.
funny.
And
That's funny.
exactly, and that goes to the point too. Everyone always speaks of these insecurities and things like that. I can still have a male friend in my world if I'm not giving you an insecurity complex by allowing you to feel that there's a problem. Because see, at the end of the day, I'm still going to respect you. You're my man. You're my new boo. We're trying to go somewhere. We're trying to plan a life together. So therefore, if I'm planning a life with you, these people eventually will fall back at some point. They will no longer be
Yvette.
as important.
I'm struggling with that one.
Okay, talk about it. Because I
Talk
got some
about
questions
it.
too. Talk about it. What's up?
Because but my queen, you're saying that somebody that you had a relationship with in the past, you call them your family. That there's some that so your significant other, your new significant other, you're introducing them to someone that you had dealings with, and you're calling them your family and telling your new man that they have to interact with them. I forgive me,
Well,
I just do not agree with
no,
that
no, no,
by no
no, no,
iota.
no. See, you weren't listening to me completely. Okay, we were
Maybe I
talking
didn't hear
about
you the right way. I was listening. Maybe I
right.
just didn't hear you the right way.
We were just talking about friends. We were talking about that. We were not talking about people that you smashed and whatever. But I was saying that I am still friends with people that I've had in the past. And yes,
Hmm.
I did tell my friend about that because this
And he was
person,
okay with it.
um, he's he hasn't met any of these people yet because it's a new relationship. It is new. But I'm saying in the past though,
See.
I have
Yes,
had
ma'am.
those,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, I have had those particular relationships. And friend that my friend and my man at that point, they became buddies. But it wasn't somebody I smashed. See, that's the thing. Y'all
You
Okay,
are
know,
y'all
this
are
sounds
using
like this sounds like
Yvette.
Lisa Ray
Oh.
with Dwayne Martin and but okay,
Listen,
I'm not going.
trying to make
I
this
got
be about sex
Yvette.
though.
I gotta put boundaries around it. I
Yes.
have to put Yvette. We're talking about when we say friend, we're talking about someone you never slept with.
Right.
Yes,
Not a
Yeah.
friend.
that's what I
If
said.
you're but when you talk about exes that you have smashed, that's a different conversation.
Can I say
I,
something?
I,
I was
I'm
talking about
sorry.
I'm talking about everybody in my circle is what I was talking
Hold on, Corey, because I gotta add something. We did this last week, Yvette. I gotta bring you to the back office. Yvette, are you now? See, this is why I gotta be careful because I know you got a new man. I know
Oh
your new
Lord.
man. Watch the show. Shout out to you, King. Yvette,
Yes,
please don't tell me
yes.
that you're asking your boo to be friends with old penis.
See that's because y'all seeing body parts and not people.
Oh God.
No,
No,
Okay.
men don't think like that.
Hold on,
Men don't think like that.
There's a difference between a platonic friend that I've never touched and someone that I've touched. That's just a difference.
Oh boy.
Am I off base, panel?
Oh boy.
No, to you. Okay, I say this all the time. I consider me a very unorthodox woman. I apparently seem to be from Mars because nobody seemed to be able to have the kind of mature relationships that I have. Yes,
That's not true, Yvette.
I have had friends, male boyfriends that I have had sex with because they were also business partners. You know, so it's like business partners. Then we ended up in a relationship.
That's cool.
And now we're no longer business partners. So I'm supposed to mess up my income because we didn't make it. You ain't the one. We ain't the two.
No one is saying that you can't work. What we're saying is when you find your man, your unicorn, and this man could possibly be that person.
Okay.
You should at least disclose. Yeah, I used to smash the guy at the copy machine. Yeah, I used to smash. You know, the guy the guy that makes my bagels.
I don't.
That makes my bagels.
I don't work like that. It wouldn't be like that anyway. It won't be the way that you guys are describing it. I would just let him know that every now and then I get a phone call and we talk, whatever. But nothing where we're going out, we got to go party and stuff like that. No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, so you keep you don't throw them away, but there's a boundary.
There's a boundary. And like I said, there's a respect component to this here. Why would I purposely want to rub somebody else in my new man's face or vice versa? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can I say
can I get real quick? Can I give
Carl first and then Ray?
I just want to give a formal apology to everybody.
And Corey.
I just want to give a formal apology to everybody on this panel because it's just clicked to me on something Yvette said and something that Dave said. This is a loaded question, and I need everybody to think about it for a minute. This is very loaded. And the reason why it's loaded is because you're asking people, do they prioritize their friendship over their relationship? This is now how an individual prioritizes friendship versus relationship. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. When I was smashing and dealing with Yvette, I didn't prioritize my friendships as much. But when I got with Rain, though, my friendships came before Rain. So it does vary and can change up. Like I said earlier, your 20-year-old self talking to your 40-year-old self. Things change along the way.
See,
Carl, so it's a loaded thing.
That's why people have to have their system and their game plan set up before they meet the potential person. Because let me tell you something. When you meet that potential husband or wife, you can't all of a sudden switch up and start doing shit different and think you're gonna be good at it. You
don't work like that.
You weren't practicing. I'm not talking about Carl. I'm talking about for the people out there that don't practice. You're not practicing boundaries. So then you meet your unicorn, and now your best homeboy or your best homegirl still calling you drunk at night, talking about I need help. Can you come, friend? And you like, and your significant other's like, yo, why the hell is this nigga calling you?
Dave, that's premature. Dave, it's so premature because you don't know what you don't know until you know.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Listen, you got to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. If you practice the step back, then when you're in the game, you're not trying to figure out how to do the step back. You've been practicing it.
Can I chime in for a minute? Can I chime in?
No, I'm sorry. I promised Corey and Rain. Corey, you want?
Yes.
Hold on, and then
real
Nesh,
quick.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta run.
Okay, is there anything you want to tell us, Nesh, before you run? Anything you want to say to close out?
Not really. I guess.
Are you cutting off? Are you cutting off your friend? Are you cutting off your friend, or are you telling your significant other they got to back off because that's your friend?
Definitely cutting off the friend, unless my significant other feels comfortable with it. And yeah, honestly, if there was sex involved, it's a wrap.
Thank you.
All right, hey, I appreciate you. Thanks for joining, Nesh. We'll see you next time. All right. I appreciate you for joining, Nesh. Thank you. All right. That was Nesh. Corey, do you want to go now, or do you want to let Rain?
I'll let beautiful Rain go first. Go ahead, beauty.
And then Corey.
So, hi, Yvette. How are you
Hi,
doing?
Ray.
So, I was in Yvette. I understand exactly, Yvette. I'm on Mars with you, right? But I think I've come down to Earth because what happened with me was I was in a relationship prior to the same, and I would talk about my exes. And I was friends with a lot of my exes, and even my friends that were mostly guys, and some of them, you know, different calibers, right? And I will tell you that one of the things that I learned later while going out to watch a game with one of my friends who played for, it doesn't matter, his team, whatever. And I said, how come it didn't work between us? We're such great friends. You know what he told me? He says, babe, you constantly spoke about your exes or friends. And I was into you so much, but I was turned off because it was so much conversation, or you talked about your friends so much that how was I going to be inserted anywhere? And I'm thinking, now, if they're so damn good, where are they now?
Exactly.
So I learned from that, and I'm not saying that's your situation, and I hear what you're saying, and I understand, but I'm saying from my standpoint, what I learned from dealing it in my individual situation, that me having any entertainment with a male while in a relationship does not work. They have to know, they have to step back. If my man wants to pick up my phone, he's able to, not because there's any trust issues, it's just because everything's open and free. And even if even if they're not talking about anything anymore, if not, Corey, T, Dre, and I are dating, Carl and I are dating, and Dave and I are now married. And Dave says, oh, yeah, I remember you, Carl. Rain told me about you about 3 years ago. I want my man to be able to finish my sentence. But do I want him to capture a moment of me with friends right now? No, because right now it's about him and I. And if it's going to be a future, it's about him and I. And like he said, if someone's calling me at 2 a.m. and they're drunk, you have to pick another person, because at that time my phone's off. Do not disturb. Kids are okay. Mom and dad are okay. Everybody's good. My future fiance's family's good. All we're doing right now is spending time together.
No
It's not.
disrespect, but if we're friends, 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, 20, if I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna call you. I don't give a damn if you're married or not.
And see, you the problem. You the problem, Carl. You the problem. It's friends like you that cause problems. You the problem, Carl.
You know why? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. Because regardless of what happens with your marriage, if it goes down, if he start putting his hands on you, whatever, guess who's coming to whip that ass?
That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to say, speaking. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Corey. Corey was next.
So I just really I'm gonna try to be brief. What I haven't heard is trust. The issue, Jay, you know me for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, I have always, and in my later years, I said, you know what, people can do what the hell they want to do. I don't care if you're married or not. The only thing I'd say, look, girl, do you trust me? When I walk out this door, do you trust me? Do you trust the decisions I make? Because if I'm with my best friend, do you trust me with my best friend? Hey, best friend, you trust me? So when I tell your ass, hey, my girl, and you really don't get along, that's why she ain't around like that. But you're gonna have to trust the decision I make to tell you to get back. Because we have trust with each other because we've been friends. The thing is, even with if my girl has a male best friend, and I'm like, you know what? Why am I gonna be insecure? Because she gonna do the hell she wanna do anyway. Regardless of what I say or what I don't say.
Facts.
Period. So I got to have some type of trust. And again, she gonna have to have some type of trust with each other. Because that's how relationship work. I'm not gonna be hounding you. Oh, where the hell you been? Who you been? Oh, you been with Jerry all damn day? Oh damn, that's jacked up. I'm not even gonna give you that energy. I'm not. I ain't got time for that.
All right, Yvette and then Dre. Hold on. I'm sorry, Dre. Go ahead, Yvette.
All right, Corey brought up a point too. Now the this is I'm all over the place now because now I don't even know what to say because I think everything was you guys were basing on people that you slept with. I was looking at generalization of just friendship. But now, if you Rain, when you were saying if you have a friend, if I had people in my life many years and now you just came along, automatically my friends or my people, my family, they're gonna know they're gonna have to take a step back. I won't be able to be there for them. I'm like I said, my girl when she got married, she got me and this girl together like this all the time. She went and got married. I wasn't even invited. It was like a secret wedding. Now, was I a little hurt? I could have been, but that at the end of the day, I said I can't be upset because that's the way she wanted to move. That was her choice, not mine. It wasn't for me to be upset. All I could do is be happy for her because to her, she found her person. So who am I to be upset because I was not invited to their intimate moment? All right. Everybody moves differently on this earth. You know, some might want the big glamorous wedding. Some might want to go to Vegas. Some might want just the two of them you know what I'm saying? So people move the way they feel best for them. And all of us, we do what we do that fits best for us. Because at the end of the day, like Carl had said, you know, if I don't have no friends, because sometimes men or women will get you just by yourself and they will hurt and wound your mind, your ego.
Isolation.
You know what I'm saying? So the manipulation that they do, and there's nobody else to call them on their bull. But your friends sometimes can see things that other people don't see, you know, because you're just, you know, got your nose all up in the air. So it's good to still have those people in your life, but not in your bed, not in your business. You don't share every daggone thing with them. So those are boundaries that you just need to know to have. I mean, we are adults here. We should know how to have a relationship.
So your priority is more towards your man or your friendship?
It's gonna be my man, of course. It will be my new man, but my friendships are there too, within reason. Everybody has a position.
Okay. No, I just wanted to go around the panel and ask that distinctive question.
Yeah.
Do you prioritize your friendship or your relationship if you was in that scenario? Which one would you prioritize?
So we're gonna answer that. We're gonna answer that, but Dre, we're gonna give Dre his time because he was next.
Well, that whole thing is that's the whole thing. That's what we've been talking about. In all honesty, what would you? Now to my brother that was just talking earlier, when he said about trust, yeah, you have to have trust, but there's one thing he left out. You also have to have respect. You know what I'm saying? Now I can trust my woman with someone, but if this person is doing something disrespectful, then I'll have a problem with that because he has to have the respect that I am her man. You know what I mean? He has to have that respect. My thing is, if he's calling at 4 o'clock in the morning, he obviously doesn't respect me. Then I'm going to have a problem. You know what I mean? As far as my other brother was saying, he talking about he'll call anytime because if you want me to roll through, even if my best friend, she steps back or I step back off of her because she's in a relationship, it doesn't matter. If she has a problem and she needs me, even if I step back, I'm still going to be there because that is my friend. You know what I'm saying? Just because she stepped back to focus on her relationship doesn't mean I neglect her as my friend when she needs me, because I'm sure if I need her for something that's serious, she's going to come through. You know, I forgot what the young lady was just saying. My thing is, it's all about respect, honestly. Because if I trust, like I said, if I trust you and you come in and you just doing stuff disrespectful because you're like, well, I'm her friend, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do, then I'm going to have a problem. First, I'm going to have her talk to you. If she can't get through you, then I'm going to have to talk.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. And that's what I was getting at. It's a level of respect. Real quick, I want to say shout out to Parrish that's watching, Parrish Blair. She said earlier, even though we don't agree with it, she said, even though we don't, Corey, she said, even though we don't agree with it, listening to the male perspective on insight about men will help you win. And then she said straight facts and exactly to what Dre was saying about respect. And Parrish, the link is in the comments if you want to join the stage.
Please.
Love you.
Yep. So someone was going to say something. Taryn, it was either Carl or Taryn. T, did you have something
No,
you
I
wanted
already
to say?
asked the question. I already asked you.
Okay, do me a favor because I'm getting feedback, Rain. I gotta mute you. Okay, can you ask the question one more time for the panel?
No, I was asking around, like, do you prioritize your friendship over your new relationship, or do you prioritize your new relationship over your friendship as an individual?
Okay,
Or
let's
is it
go
a,
around.
or is it a case by case basis? I'm gonna give you an out.
All right, let's go around the clock. Corey.
Oh, it's always a relationship because that's who you're trying to be with. That's who you're trying to build with. Your friend been there. I mean, it's always a relationship because they probably doing the same damn thing. They want you to do the same thing. We ain't trying to be together. We ain't trying to get married. We just there for each other. That's it. But not, that's how relationships work. You trying to be in a relationship. That's why you're trying to be in a relationship. You're not trying to
So you
be friends.
prioritize a relationship.
Oh, all day. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, before we let Taryn go, I want to ask this question. Someone said, well, you don't know if it's, I think Carl said it, you don't know if this is the person until you get to know. And I do agree. There's some evaluation time periods. You can't meet them on day one and tell all your friends kick rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that there's a time period, but I will say that when you meet your unicorn, when you meet your person, you know pretty quick. And if you're not in the habit of telling your friends, I have boundaries when I'm in a relationship, if you're
Right.
not in that habit, then they may abuse the friendship and it could infringe upon what you got going on. So T.
Yo, yeah, I'm prioritizing my relationship over the friendship.
Okay.
If after that time period, as you just explained, but not the first day, first week, but if this is somebody I'm into, and I feel as though they my person, I pray for them, and I believe they're the one. I'm 100% prioritizing the relationship over the friendship that I've had for 5-10 years.
Do
That's just
you
my
have
position.
a conversation with them? Is it a do you
Oh,
have a
but
conversation
of
with your
course,
friends?
yes, I have a serious conversation with my friends and let them know the reasoning why, and if they are my true friends, I believe that they would understand, because I would in turn do the same for them.
Okay. All right. Rain, I think you
Yeah.
answered this.
Yeah, actually, yeah, somewhat. So definitely, prioritizing my relationship is going to be first. And just one thing, I'm listening to the entire panel. Trust and respect and boundaries is there. And if you have friends, they've been in your life for years, they know what you want already. You guys have had communications. You guys have had cocktails. You guys have had parties. You've been to some of their weddings. You've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly with the person. So prioritizing your relationship because now you have one, just like Yvette was saying. Someone's happy for you doesn't mean that you kick off and throw them to the side and away. But I'm sorry, now my relationship is my man. And whomever comes after that, they understand that with respect, not disregarding the respect for them.
Okay. Yeah, I had to mute the mics because it was some feedback with Rain. Dre, did you go?
My whole thing is hold on, what was the question again? Please explain it.
What do you prioritize more? Your long-standing friendship with that woman that you've known 5, 10, 15, 20 years, or the newfound relationship that you've had within the last 6 months?
I prioritize the relationship definitely because first of all, I'm looking at this person spend the rest of my life with, maybe have a family with, the person that I can sit there and watch take a shit and not be disgusted by it. There when she's sick. So my homie is not going to be there for me like that. My homegirl is not going to be there for me like that. She's just a homegirl. We bust it up and kick it. This person, we bust it up, we kick it, we love, we share bad times, good times. We struggle together. We succeed together. That's who I'm prioritizing. Everybody
But
knows.
remember what I said though. This
What's
is a
that?
person you've been with for 6 months. I'll even grace you with a year compared to your friend, your female friend that you've known for the last 15, 20 years. There's a very good distinction. I'm asking it for a reason.
And I again say, if this is the person I'm courting to be more than just a fling, then everyone has to step back. Because just like even the relationship I have now, my fiance, when we first met, that first day we met, sparks were flying. You know what I'm saying? And we literally have been together for 10 years and we literally have not stopped dating since that first date. So that first date, I was up there like, wow, this is incredible. You know, weekend, I was like, wow. 2 weeks in, everybody, y'all need to take a step back. And I've been with this person for 10 and a half years now. So yes.
Okay, I'm not going to question that scenario because everyone has their own reason why they take longer than
Hmm.
some. Because you said after the first week or two, the sparks are flying. So why would it take 10 years?
No, I said after the first date, the sparks were flying.
Yeah, but 10 years later is when you're taking a step, right?
No, we were engaged for a while. Have reasons to be because we started two big companies and we want those to have a level of success before we do actually tie the knot. We just trust me, we discussed this a long time ago.
Okay.
So people have their reasons for doing what they do.
Okay. Cool. The reason why I want to make sure everyone understand why that question was very paramount to my next question was because how many of us have seen people isolate another person so they, like somebody said earlier about manipulation, okay, narcissistic behavior. The first rule of thumb when you get with somebody you're trying to control,
Right.
you isolate them from friends,
Yep.
relatives, and things of that nature. Now, it is a slippery slope because it could be a part of the male being protective, but then it could be on the flip side of grooming for the negative. So that's why I asked that question because if you prioritize your relationship, like most of you already said, it's the friendship. That female friend, she see things from a female perspective that you don't, my man, and she's trying to warn you, or she's trying to be your extra eye. And because you prioritize in your relationship, that woman is trying to tell you, yo, bro, that's not how we roll as women, or this is what you need to look at, or whatever, and you're blocking it. So just like men can isolate women, women can isolate men the same
See,
way,
this is the
away from their
cat.
friends.
I told y'all that cat was gonna get to my camera. Sorry.
Okay, I completely disagree with that. What it is, it's like it's not an isolation. No one's isolating your friends. They have to take a step back. They no longer come first. They're still your friends. They can still give you advice and things like that. But also, you have to realize something. When you get married and all that other stuff, the preacher usually says, you know, you two are married to each other. You're not married to your friends. Keep your friends out of your marriage business. You know what I'm saying? Because friends will come at you and tell you certain things just to screw your relationship up. You know what I'm
But
saying?
this
So
is
you
why that's why I
I agree with
said
that.
you just being with a person 6 months, and I'm being gracious with even a year. In that time period of 6 months to a year that I have been talking with Yvette, dating Yvette, how do I know Yvette ulterior, I always say agenda, intentions, and motive was to isolate me from my friend, male, female, doesn't matter. So
trust.
this way she can now, what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it, I'm lost for words. Infiltrate. It could be for financial gain. It could be control. It could be anything. And this is
So
why I said men and women have done that over the years. We've seen it.
usually when people do that, there's red flags you see. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be accountable for spotting those red flags.
Right.
There's red
So
flags.
Sometimes.
so let me bring us back in because I see some people wanting to react.
Yeah,
I
'cause I
saw
didn't
Terrence.
answer the question.
Oh,
Oh, you
I'm
did?
sorry,
Okay.
Yvette.
All right.
I
So
never
Yvette,
got
you
to
got to
answer
answer
the
the
question.
question.
All right, so quickly, I just want to say, for me, I would say it's a case by case situation. All right, case by case because people respond differently to different situations. So
Correct.
I do have a vetting thing that I do. So before you even get into my circle to be considered my family, trust and believe you've been tested. I'm testing on how you move. I'm testing on how you think. All right, because there's certain behavior I don't want to be around. All right, when I date a guy, right from the rip, there's a few things I'm going to tell you. If you are insecure and jealous, I will never be the woman for you. I am way too damn friendly. I talk to everybody. I have conversations with people that are just, so I'm a friendly, happy-go-lucky person. So therefore, if you're that controlling, don't talk to them, you can't go over there, when you look, I can't do you. So keep on moving. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the ones that's going to try to get you to yourself. They don't want you to hang out with your friends. They don't want you talking. And I've been in those situations. I like to share. I come home from work one day and I'm sharing with my boyfriend what took place at work. What you doing having that conversation for? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm sharing my day with you. And vice versa. Same with women. I had a girlfriend once call me. Do you know my man went to a bachelor party and he came back and he woke me up and he shared the evening with me and then she got mad at him, kicked him out the bed. And then when she told me the story, I said, girl, call that man, fix him a good breakfast, apologize, because you know what you just did. You trained him to not come home and share anything with you anymore because you kicked him out of the bed because he shared the evening. He could have came home, washed his butt, and got in the bed and said nothing to you. So sometimes we ask for things and don't know how to receive it. You know what I'm saying? And we mess up what you have that may be good. You want your man or your woman to come home and share. That builds the trust, that builds the intimacy that you're supposed to have with each other. So those things, friends will never replace that.
This is why some men would have a problem with women telling their friends or whoever things that's going on in a relationship. If you
Right.
ever notice, some men are private. Don't be going on the phone yakking, yeah, girl, he did this, he did that. Why you sharing our business, man? Shut
Well,
up.
again, and that's going back to boundaries.
Right.
I do want to say this about what you share with someone new. Finding that unicorn, finding your husband or your wife, it does take a leap of faith. It does take a leap of faith because you don't know when you first meet them for sure. Like Dre has sparks with his fiance. Me and Destiny has sparks. You feel something and you're like,
Yeah.
man, this might be it. This might, keyword is might, but you don't know until you spend a little time vetting them. Now, for some people, that could be 3 dates, 5 dates. For some people, it could be 3 months, 5 months. It depends on your process,
Wait till
right?
y'all live
But
together.
wait, yeah, that part too. But I'm gonna say this about marriage: you really don't know until you give it an opportunity to see if they're your unicorn. That means you got to cut off flings. You got to not entertain other men and women. You got to tell your friends, "Hey, man, I'm busy. Yes, I'm talking to my girl." You know what I mean? When I got involved with Destiny, it was her, my job, my podcast. That's it. I wasn't hanging out watching the Bears. I wasn't kicking it with my homies getting drinks. I wasn't talking to my homegirls that were my friends about all of their relationship problems.
Damn, they
I
gonna
didn't
miss you at the
tell
barbershop.
right. Hey, look, I'm at the barbershop. I'm in and out. I'm in and
Damn.
out. Right. Dave, we going live? No, nigga, I'm not going live. I'm going to Destiny. I'll see y'all when I go live on the show. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So there is a leap of faith, is what I'm trying to say. When you find your person, you do have to say, I'm gonna give it a shot to make sure they are my person. You can't, if you don't, like Corey said, if you don't trust, you'll never give it a chance. But I wanted to welcome Parrish to the stage. What's up, Parrish?
Blessings.
Parrish Blair to the stage.
Hey.
Parrish, you've been in the comments. You made a few comments, so I'm going to let you respond to the question of, do you, can you say the question again, Carl? How'd you say it?
What do you prioritize more? The relationship you have with your dude for the last 6 months or a year, or the friendship that you have with your homeboy for the last 15, 20 years?
Definitely, it would be the relationship that I have with the man that I desire. I've had 15 years to recognize that that man can only bring me the value as a friend. the man that I chose is that and everything else that that other person wasn't. So it doesn't matter if they were there for 45 years and I meet the other person. I already know the limit of where they can fulfill what I truly desire in a man. And it's not that I got to choose one or the other. I'm that's what I'm moving around anyway. And the comments I was saying, there has never been a friend. Is it, I hear myself. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute everybody. Go ahead, Parrish. You got it.
None of my friends has ever had to have that conversation. Now they did, you know, because they knew that they should, but they didn't even have to have that conversation with me because I want them to be with the woman that really loves them, that's gonna wake up and wash their underwear and, you know, like love on them, be that woman. They're good men and they're not for me. I'm not for them. So I have no problem stepping aside, and it's great we used to go to have coffee or do whatever we used to do. But just like that one brother said, that doesn't mean I'm like, screw you then, since you chose your girlfriend. If anything happened where they needed me or whatever, I'm not mad at them. It's like I'm happy for them. Live your life. That's what you always wanted. You wanted the woman for you, and that's how I want the people around me to be. If they're feeling salty, I appreciate men that have that mentality that Carl's talking about, like looking out for, you know, each other as friends, because people can get isolated and all that. But I'm choosing better quality friends who have discernment, who learned their lessons already. I don't want to be in your personal life. I got shit to do. You know, like I really don't want to be hearing your personal problems. I want to be a part of celebrating your blessings. If this isn't the person that's bringing you that, you probably need to get another person. Or I just let people know I'm not that friend. I'm that friend of finding solutions, thinking, manifesting thoughts. But if you want to talk about problems and all that, I was raised differently. The only person I talked about my relationship problems with was my father when I needed male perspective. But I never talked to any of my friends or my mother or anybody, because I don't need to know what a woman thinks about what my man thinks. I need to know, what is he thinking? So the closest person to that, I think, would be another man. But I'm choosing a man that I respect, a man that respects my husband, and a man that I could trust is going to give me a balanced view. So I don't agree with, I need my tribe to protect me in case it's a bad guy. I need to move the right way.
And you know what, Parrish? The reason why it's smart to talk to your dad don't want you physically.
That's the reason why I talk to him. Yeah.
Your father is not
That's
interested in you in any sort of manner, so he can give you a full, honest male perspective without any bias. And I'm not saying that no one else can,
No,
but
what my
what I was telling the panel earlier is, it takes a strong person with discipline and boundaries to say, I'm only going to tell you something as though you were my sister, my daughter, my mother. I'm only going to keep it there, and I'm just going to give you advice. I'm going to take attraction out of it. That's difficult for some men. Some men can't do that. They have an agenda. They have a bias, and not everybody's able to do that. So that's what I was saying to the
and
crew
then when my
earlier.
dad went into spirit, then I kind of let my uncle know, his older brother know, that I really rely on my dad in that way. And I'm, you know, I would love to know that I could still connect with him. I still stuck with family members that I trust and respect, not because I got a bunch of sleazy guy friends. It's that I finally started listening to men, even though I don't like it, even though I haven't experienced what they're saying. It's too universal when they say, yeah, but he wants to fuck you. It's like, no, we know each other since we were cool, and he's never done that. Yeah, but if you asked him, he would. No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. Yeah, now I understand. That's not a bad thing about men. It's just, it's not, women might be the same way. It's just a humanity thing. So I would rather not see that in the friendship, because if they start talking bad about my relationship and I can see they have ill intentions, the friendship is over anyway. It's better not to get them involved. And I also have never liked it when I've seen friends like, don't tell him I told you this. And then they tell you the problem. And then when the guy comes in, everybody's supposed to act like, I don't know all your business. I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want my guy to look like a chump in front of people. I want them to respect him. So anyway, that's
So
why
you don't share that stuff. That's what's
I
up.
don't.
I saw
I'm gonna push
some
back on.
responses.
I'm gonna push back on you, Dave, because dads fathers have a conflict of interest. You know that. They don't want you fucking at all.
Yeah, but that's the reason they can give you advice about niggas.
That's
Because they can,
bias right there.
No,
that's
I
not a
had a
bias.
balanced father who wanted me to have a man who deserved me and wanted me to be a good woman,
No, I'm,
to a
I'm
man
just,
who wanted me to have a healthy sex life. He wanted me to be happy. He raised an adult. He wasn't trying to keep me a little girl. He was a healthy, well-adjusted father that wanted me to be a grown woman, but also he knows how I was raised by a bunch of women that boss men around. So I need a male perspective because if I ask the women, I'm going to end up like them, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
She's got a
Well,
point, Carl.
yeah.
And my because my nephews do the same thing. They really talk shop with their daughters. They sit down. They tell them how a man's going to approach. See, I didn't have a man in my life. My father died when I was 6, so I had to maneuver the best way I could throughout life. But I also watched and I listened a lot. And one thing I didn't do, see, I don't have a tribe. Like I have my circle, but I don't have a tribe of women. I've never been one to really sit and tell everybody all what's going on, whatever, because you got to know who you're talking to. That's why I said individual basis. You have to see who's mature enough to listen, because if you sit around a whole bunch of girls, every woman, they're not always mature enough to hear that if I'm having a conversation with you about my relationship, it's because I'm hurting or dealing with something right now. I don't hate this man. I love this man. This is why it's bothering me. So I'm passionate about what I'm saying. And the last thing I need you here, girl, you need to leave him. He ain't no good. I don't want to hear that he's no good, because apparently there's enough good in him that I want to stay, so that you know what I'm saying. So I'm looking for some help with how to speak to this person. But now I realize you just really can't do that, because sometimes those people that you're talking to was waiting for your relationship to fail because you were too happy.
And you know what, Yvette, you got haters, right?
Yeah.
For instance, I was in a relationship before Destiny. It ended in 2018. I found out one of my homegirls that I thought was my homegirl, right?
Mhm.
Who I had seen this homegirl talk to various men when she had a man. I saw her act like dudes. And I kept the guy code. I ain't say nothing.
Right.
Right. Now I have somebody, and I find out she's telling this person, "Oh, we love Dave, but girl, he ain't ready. Dave got good intentions. He got a good heart, but he still got to get there. He not mature enough, girl." So she throwing dirt on me, and I find this out, a couple years in.
Subliminal.
Right. So then I finally said, said she was like, "Well, you can't say nothing to her because she told me not to say nothing to you." And I said, "Well, first of all, you're my lady. So thank you for telling me." I said,
Right.
"Second of all, why the hell she telling you not to tell me nothing? She should understand that you're my lady. You gonna talk to me. Like,
Right.
why, if she got an issue with me, she should come to me." And she's like, "Well, don't say nothing to her." I said, "Bullshit, I'm gonna say something to her because this is disloyal."
Right.
And I'm like, you know how much dirt I have said nothing about? Because I'm like, this is my homegirl. I'm gonna keep it, under the rug. It ain't my business. I'm not getting involved with her mess. I kept
Right.
stuff, and she literally undercutting me. And it got to the point. It got to the point that when me and that person broke up, the supposed homegirl that was my friend
Yeah.
hung with the other person, chose the
See.
other person, was
See.
at that other person's wedding.
See.
And to this day, that homegirl ain't my homegirl. Wasn't invited to the wedding. Don't know shit about my birthday parties. Don't come nowhere around when I'm hanging out with my boys. You show you ain't loyal. So therefore, there are people that will undercut you, and they supposedly don't like you. In other words, they supposedly aren't attracted to you. It's supposed to be platonic, right? Supposedly. And yet they undercutting you because they just don't like you to be happy, or they just want to talk shit. Some people are haters, and they don't have to be the opposite sex. You know what I'm
Well, a
saying?
lot of times people
So you
just
just can't share
don't,
stuff with everybody, y'all.
right, because everybody's not happy. They don't know how to
Corey
be
and then
happy.
Dre after.
Some people don't know how to be happy, how to walk in it. They don't know what happiness look like. They don't know what, what I'm saying. So I see that. I heard a coworker today said she will never date. She will never get married. She's not getting married because all men ain't shit. And I'm like, no, See, when you think like that, that's what you're
That's what you
projecting
get.
that out into the world. So that's what you're gonna get. Ain't shit men. So why don't
Yeah.
you start with your love and happiness for you? Why don't you try happiness first? Walk in your own happiness, and you will attract happiness. You'll attract light. You know what I'm saying? But she already, I'm like, okay. So
Go ahead, Corey.
go ahead, Corey.
I love everything the panel has said. I think it's important. Dave, what you just said about your friend that was undercutting you. I've been through the same thing, brother. But let me
Mhm.
just ask you this: did she want you?
I don't think so, because that was never said. I never tried
No.
to get at her. She never tried to get at me. Listen, if you ask me from my perspective,
Yeah.
I was the little brother. It was like, oh, Dave, cool. He good people. She had all her homegirls. They were slightly older than me. I was new to Los Angeles. So I didn't feel like I was the homie that's been around 10 years like some of the cats. I was a new cat to the crew. So I never thought she was interested, and I was never interested. It was all platonic. So this undercutting mess came out of nowhere.
So you never approached her.
Never. No, I wasn't interested.
So she
I'm,
was
I'm
probably just pissed that you never approached her. That somebody you have to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I've been through that. I understand, bro. You and I grew up the same place. I
Yeah.
understand what you're talking about. Because there are people out there who say that you're their friends, and then you get older and things happen, and then it's like, wait a minute now, where did this come from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you just want to hang around so you shit on me?
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
think it could be a test too, because in retrospect, I'm just saying devil's advocate, that she could have been saying doing that just to see, will she be honest enough to come back and tell you or not?
Again, though, being disloyal to me and choosing to be loyal to a woman that she don't know nowhere near as long as me.
She's the
Not
new
that the
Jack.
woman, not that
Who's
the
better
woman
than
wasn't a trustworthy person, but you already caused a division. This young lady, you caused a division between a relationship because you're trying to make people choose, and like Dre said, that's disrespectful, because that's completely out of bounds.
I
Listen,
agree with you. I agree
my
with you.
bad.
But it
I
can
would
be
never,
taken as a test.
I would never go to Dre's fiance and be like, yeah, you know, Dre. Like, that's some bullshit. Like,
No,
me and
I
Dre been
agree with
friends
you.
for years. And if I'm friends with Dre, I'm gonna respect his relationship. I'm gonna respect his privacy. And I'm not gonna go to her and be like, yeah, you know, Dre, I don't know about him. That's undercutting, and it's disloyal, and low key, you jealous if you're doing that kind of crap. You know what I'm
So let me
saying? You
ask let
deserve
me
it, and
ask
you
you something
deserve
real
to get
quick, Dave.
slapped.
Dave, what
Dre,
was it?
hold
Oh,
up, Dre. I had to mute you. Go ahead, Dre. My bad. And then Carl.
I said before we get too far off of it, I wanted to make a comment on what my brother was saying. He was saying that fathers are kind of biased because they don't want their daughter smashing anybody. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just had a little girl, and everybody like, oh, when she get older, you're not going to want her to date. Actually, I want my little girl, straight heterosexual woman, is attracted to men, and hopefully that's what. If it's not, then we'll deal with that as it comes. But my whole thing is, fathers usually vet the guys. We usually give advice. We usually check see how they move, and then we'll give you advice on it. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't want my daughter with a guy or anything like that. I hope she finds a wonderful man. But if there's a man that's coming in and don't know how to act, don't know how to treat her, then I'm going to let her know. Look, he's doing this, he's doing that. He's not treating you like you're supposed to be treated. He's not treating you like the queen you're supposed to be. Now, I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want my daughter smashing anybody, because this is life. And if she's grown, she can do what she wants to do. Just like my son now. My mother called me and said, I have to have words with him. I said, I'm going to pull him over. I'm going to take him to dinner. We're going to discuss this like grown men. But at the end of the day, he's a grown man, and he has to decide on what he's going to do.
Yeah. Parrish, you had something you were going to say. Go ahead, Parrish.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was thinking.
nice to
Oh, I'm
meet everybody.
sorry. Dre, you got to bounce?
Yeah, I got to bounce. My little girl crying.
All right, man. Hey, thank you, Dre. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining. That's my homeboy, Superman Dre. Hey, we'll see you on Thursday. No, we'll see you on tomorrow. We'll see you on tomorrow with the topic about criminal justice and Biden.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, Dre. I see you. That's my man, Superman Dre, man. Thanks for coming, Dre. All right, Parrish.
Yeah, I was thinking about my second husband and his best friend, or not best friend, but one of his close friends. They went to college together. They actually dated for a very short time while they were in college. But he told me from the get go when he said who his close friends were, he's like, "No, I do have a female friend, and we actually dated for a very short time during college." But he was like 10 years older than I was, and that he was in his 40s then. So he was like, you don't have to worry about anything. She's married. We don't have anything between us, and so I met the lady. I could tell she didn't like me, but we kept dating. We eventually got married, but right before we got married, she came to the house that I was living in, and she asked me about when are we going to be getting into the house we were going to be moving into, and I told her whenever we can take a look at the kind of appliances and all those things. And she said, well, the kind of money he makes, he should be doing this and he should be doing that. And I felt really uncomfortable. I was like, okay, wait a minute. Even his mom isn't getting involved like this, and I don't know you like that. And I didn't respond to her in a negative way, but I just stepped back and I looked at her. And then she said, you could get sensitive if you want, but I've been knowing him forever. I know how he moves. And I was like, well, I know how he moves too, and I want to get along with you. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I don't want you giving me advice or telling. She was telling me something that my husband said about my choice of appliances. So then when I talked with him, and she told me don't say anything to him. That was the other thing. She's like, don't say anything because you know how he gets so sensitive, and that's what I took offense to. I was like, I don't appreciate you telling me what I can and can't say. I'll tell him whatever I want to tell him. And then she really didn't like me after that. But when I told him, he was so upset at her. He's like, so why would she go and tell you what he's like, that to me is her being messy. She's trying to create an argument between us. And he was so upset. And I stayed out of it after that. And she eventually acted nice to me because she never went anywhere. She was still his friend, but he didn't feel the same way about her after that. But I felt when you said, the woman that you dated for that period of time said, don't tell her, that's because they had been sitting on the phone talking about you for a lot.
Right.
Like for her you already shouldn't have known that's not the right woman for you. If she's trying to protect your friend who said something bad about you, that's not the woman. That she's something's messy about her too.
And that's the test.
And guess what, Parrish? She wasn't the one for me.
Yeah,
of course. No, we all
because Destiny was.
Yes,
she wasn't my destiny.
She was your destiny. No, I'm sorry.
That's how you found out Destiny was the one, because Destiny came and told you. Now, if Destiny didn't come and tell you, then that would have told you Destiny wasn't the one, because she's holding in the secret.
That above other things, that along with other things, I agree. Yeah. But I ain't never have to worry about that. Destiny was on a whole nother plane. She wasn't even on none of that keeping secret stuff.
It's that part. And I always said I didn't do the he say she said in high school. I'd be damned if I do it as an adult. If I can't come and talk to you as a grown ass woman that I am today, what is the point? See, I need to be on another plane with people, anyone. If I got an issue with anyone on here, I would not blast you out on here. I would find you and I would pull you to the side, because I don't think that's about nothing. So I'm looking for adults. I'm looking for grown people. So within anything I do, relationships, friendship, business, adults, people that know how to handle themselves. That manipulation, that insecurity, all these things that people do to other people, hurt people. It's really true. I truly, truly walk in the light of happiness for people. I like to see my people, meaning us, anybody, doing good. I love to see people going for their goals, their dreams. Some of us don't even know how to be happy for that. If you guys want to do something, I'm always trying to support, but we all should do that. That's why we're all here. Support. We're the same faces I've seen on a few different other platforms that are once or twice supporting. But then when that got a little smaller, went a direction that we didn't want to go, we moved on. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
about supporting and loving and respect and honesty. And that honesty thing is a big one, though. That honesty, be straight up, be blunt, because real friends talk to each other. Real friends are truthful with each other. Real friends should be able to say the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I'm saying? And then meditate on it and make sure it came from a place of love, not a place of hate. Like I needed to tear you down, so I'm going to say something to hurt you. Because you know what I'm saying? That's what we
Mm-hmm.
need to. We need to talk to each other in those forms. But
I want to
I'm gonna have
I
to
want
go
to
and
play a video. You're gonna go? Yeah, we're gonna shut it down in
play
10
the video.
minutes.
Play the video.
Yeah, I want to play the video because I want y'all to see this.
As someone who's
This is
been the
an
girl best friend,
all right. So she's talking about being a girl best friend. So I'm gonna play that.
as someone who's been the girl best friend and dated men with girl best friends, I honestly will say this. I can see why girls don't like being with guys who have girl best friends. And let me tell you why. I feel like girl best friends can have this possession of I was here first and don't know boundaries when men get in relationships. But I also think girls who date guys with girl best friends can have negative perceptions on the relationship. And honestly, I can truly understand it. I think when you're a girl best friend, you should learn to take a step back once he gets in a relationship, and vice versa for men. You should learn to take a step back. I don't think it has anything to do with insecurity or this and that. I just think when you're in a relationship, being too close to the opposite sex can get you into trouble, regardless if you ever think that or not.
So she said being too close to the opposite sex can get you in trouble, regardless of how you slice it. She said
Woohoo.
something that I thought was important. She said that
Very
the
important.
girl best friend should voluntarily take a step back, but she said so should the male. The
Yeah.
man that's in the relationship should voluntarily take a step back, because if you're in a relationship and you don't take a step back and you're just like hell bent on inserting your friend, your mate, your opposite sex bestie into your relationship, that kind of speaks volumes to the person that you're with. Like, yo, why is it so important that you gotta hang with a certain person? Listen, my wife's best friend is a gay man, right? I met him, cool people, no problem. He don't overstep boundaries. He not calling at crazy hours of the night. They were friends in college, and came to the wedding. He caught the bouquet. You remember the guy that caught the bouquet, and then he handed it to right. He caught
Yes,
the bouquet.
Lord.
He handed it off to
Hilarious.
another man because he was like, "Oh, I gotta grab the garter." He said, "I ain't signed up for all of that. I'm
Yeah.
not." We were like,
Wow.
"Well, then why do you get your ass up there?" But anyway,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? But he never steps out of a bound. And none of her male friends have stepped out of bounds. Everybody's been really respectful. And so I've never had a moment to feel like I gotta assert myself or, establish my territory. And Destiny is not on that at all. So I've never had to feel that way. So it's been no problem whatsoever. But I have had relationships in the past where a woman has been a little bit too nice to a guy, a little bit too nice to a guy that was stalking her on Facebook, and against my wishes, she kept entertaining this man on Facebook as a friend or liking the stories or whatever. So eventually we split, and when we split, guess who she let in the door?
Of course.
Facebook nigga.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Facebook nigga. And I
Wow.
said to her when we got back together some months later, "So you've been talking to anybody?" She said, "Well, you remember that guy from Facebook?" I said, "See, I told you." I said, "But you don't listen to me." And this is why it wasn't going to work, because I give you male advice, as you were saying, Parrish. I'm giving male advice. I'm telling you how men are, but she wasn't hearing it because she's like, "Well, you just biased because you mine and you trying to." I'm not trying to. I'm being honest, and you wasn't hearing it. Go ahead, Parrish.
Well, I wasn't there. I don't want to impute bad motives, even worse, bad motives on your ex or whoever this woman was. But what I know, because I'm behind the scenes of a lot of relationships and infidelity stories and things like that, that sounds like a woman when she didn't, just like the woman that didn't want to tell your friend, didn't want you to say anything, because that's her friend now. That's why she didn't want you to say that. that woman didn't want to stop looking at that man because they were already talking.
Guess what, Parrish?
He
It
didn't.
was the same. It was the same woman. Both scenarios, same chick.
Yeah.
And that's just her character.
No, it's all David's fault.
Yeah.
What?
It is.
See, and that's what I'm saying about being able to. It has to be on an individual, because some people just are not ready. Some people just will. Some people are just deceitful. That's just who they are. Some people are nice. That's just who they are. Some people are mean and nasty. That's just, you know what I'm saying. So everything has to be on an individual. There's not, it's different strokes for different folks. We're not on the same level all the time. So you have to do what works for you, but people have to be tested, people have to be vetted, and just to make sure they're the right people for you.
Everybody, we are shutting it down. We got 4 minutes. So can I give everybody 10 seconds to say what they want to say about the subject? We'll start with Parrish.
Oh, thank you so much for including me in the conversation. I appreciate all the perspectives. Thanks, Dave. I'm sending everybody love and light. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Parrish. Rain.
I believe that, if you love someone, keep them in the forefront. Your friends will always understand, always be there to understand if they're the right ones for you. Give them the opportunity. Your friends will step back. They will still be there. Trust and believe in your relationship.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, Rain. Yvette?
I'm just saying, just keep it honest. Keep it honest and respectable, and everything should follow after that.
All right. Appreciate it. T. Hold up, T. My bad. We had you on mute because of the echo. Go ahead, T.
Got me? Okay. First, I want to say thank you for having me on a podcast. My first time here, I really enjoyed it. But I wanted to say that we just had to understand that we had to put the percentages. 51% was more often than not. There's always exceptions to the rule, but there are certain attributes to women and men that we can't discount. And so I still hold my position on that.
All right. And appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Corey G.
Man, just do the best for you at all times. Period. Do what's best for you at all times. It's your happiness, not theirs.
All right. Carl.
I gotta say big shout out, rest in peace to my best female friend. I trust her with my life. 20 years, we worked together. We retired around the same time. She started working for me, and now she's passed on. And I'm gonna tell you, she's been around when I was engaged. She was around when my fiance passed away. She was around numerous times of different dating relationships. And I'm gonna tell you, if she was alive right now, I could still rely on her at 2 o'clock in the morning for anything. And it doesn't matter if I was married, single, or what. We always had that bond.
Amen. And rest in peace to your best friend. And that adds a lot of
Rest in
perspective
peace.
to where you were coming from. Everybody, man, I appreciate y'all for joining. This is a great episode. Man, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow on the next episode, all right? Shout out to y'all. We're going to talk about the criminal justice system and Biden, man. I'll talk to y'all later, all right? Thanks, everybody. It's After Dark. Peace.